Google's next set of phones, the Pixel 10 Pro and Pixel 10 Pro XL, are getting a lot of attention lately. But this time, it's not all good news. According to a big leak from Android Headlines, these new phones might end up looking and working almost exactly like last year's Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL, and when they say similar, they really mean it. Not much seems to be changing in terms of looks or hardware. Let's talk about the Pixel 10 Pro first. It's expected to have a 6.3-inch OLED screen with a resolution of 2856 by 1280 pixels. The display will be bright, offering up to 3000 nits, and it will have a smooth 120Hz refresh rate, just like last year's version. It will also be protected by Corning's tough Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which helps protect against scratches and small drops. Inside the phone, there's an upgrade to the processor. The Pixel 10 Pro will run on Google's new Tensor G5 chip, which is based on more advanced 3nm technology and made by TSMC. This is different from last year's Tensor G4, which was built with Samsung's 4nm process. While this sounds like a big improvement, it's still unclear if it'll make a noticeable difference for everyday users. The phone will come with 16GB of RAM, keeping it in the top tier for memory. Storage options will include 128GB, 256GB, 512GB, and even a massive 1TB version. The cameras sound good on paper too, with a 50-megapixel main camera, a 48-megapixel ultra-wide lens, and a 48-megapixel telephoto lens offering 5x optical zoom. The front camera also gets a boost to 42 megapixels. However, unless Google improves the sensors or image processing software, these higher numbers might not actually mean better photos. The battery will get a slight increase, going from 4700 mAh in the Pixel 9 Pro to 4870 mAh. Wired charging speeds will go from 27 watts to 29 watts, while wireless charging stays the same at 15 watts. These are small improvements and might not be enough to convince people to buy a new phone. Now for the Pixel 10 Pro XL, it's basically a larger version of the Pixel 10 Pro, with a 6.8-inch OLED screen and a resolution of 2990 by 1340 pixels. It also supports 3000 nits of brightness and a 120Hz refresh rate. Like its smaller sibling, it'll have Gorilla Glass Victus 2 for protection. The Pro XL will run on the same new Tensor G5 chip and come with 16GB of RAM. One of the few notable changes is that the base model will start with 256GB of storage, compared to 128GB in last year's Pixel 9 Pro XL. You'll also be able to choose 512GB or 1TB versions if you need more space. The camera system remains the same, with 3 rear cameras, a 50-megapixel main lens, a 48-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 48-megapixel telephoto, plus a 42-megapixel front camera. Again, unless Google surprises us with major software upgrades, there may not be much difference in photo quality. The battery sees a small boost too, moving from 5060 mAh in the Pixel 9 Pro XL to 5200 mAh. Wired charging increases a little from 37 watts to 39 watts. The wireless charging stays at 15 watts. Now about the price, the Pixel 10 Pro is expected to start at $999 for the 128GB version, which is the same as last year. But the Pixel 10 Pro 40 might cost more this time. It could start at $1,199 instead of last year's $1,099, although you do get more storage at that price. In short, the Pixel 10 Pro and 10 Pro 40 seem like safe, small updates rather than big, exciting changes, the faster chip and slightly better battery life are nice, and more storage might be helpful for some people. But overall, the leaked details suggest these phones aren't doing much to stand out. Unless Google has some major surprises with new software features or big camera improvements, the Pixel 10 lineup might struggle to grab attention in a crowded phone market. For now, it looks like Pixel fans hoping for something bold might be a little disappointed this year.